All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back again with another live. I know you guys, this is actually a special edition. I know I don't usually do my lives on Saturdays, but I thought, why not? Definitely a message that I was thinking about and a topic that can definitely help a lot of folks out, especially if they're dealing with a narcissist. And before we do get into the topic, you guys, I did want to just make a post. So, for those that join the room, they can. And I'll see the message here. Just give me 1 second. I just want to say happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Yay. I hope that everybody is doing swell and staying safe and enjoying their Saturday on this lovely day. Depending on where you are, I know where I'm at here in Florida is decent temperature, like in the 80s. I know other places in the world may be a little bit colder. I know, like in the Midwest and on the East Coast. I think, well, West may be like between like good and bad well, not bad, but probably like mild temperatures. But I know the Midwest for sure probably has colder temperatures in the East, definitely. Hold on 1 second. Okay. But yes, you guys, I did want to say, happy Saturday. It is November, so Thanksgiving is coming up, Christmas is coming up, New Year's, whole new year is gonna definitely be coming in. So hopefully you guys can stay narc free, toxic people free, you know, folks dealing with, mental illnesses that are toxic. Hopefully, you can stay far away from them. But even if you do have a mental health condition and you're not out here harming anybody or trying to hurt anybody, hopefully, you're able to manage that accordingly, the best way you can. But yeah, you guys, I kind of just wanted to go ahead and talk about a topic today. Actually, something that I have gone through and currently dealing with, actually. But if this is you guys' first time watching me, my name is Joy, and I am a narcissist abuse coach. I have been dealing with narcissists since 2006, and since 2017, I have been helping former victims, now survivors, heal, move on, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse. So, excuse me, you guys. Just give me one moment here. Let me take a look. So the topic today, you guys, excuse me, I just wanted to go ahead and go over how the narcissist likes to ruin your reputation for their own personal gain. So let's talk about why the narcissist would do this. Why would a narcissist try to ruin your reputation, right? With the whole like smear campaign, right? I know we touched on smear campaign and what it is. Let's just kind of review that here. Just for those of you that are new to this, maybe you never heard of this stuff before, maybe you've heard of it, but you never knew how it worked. So let's just kind of review it here. So this is also to how a narcissist can abuse you by proxy, or how they can abuse you through other people and kind of continue the cycle of negative, continue the cycle of trauma, and also continue the cycle of mistreatment and stuff like that, right? So a narcissist could try to ruin your reputation by doing a smear campaign on you, right? So a smear campaign is an intentional, premeditated effort to undermine an individual or a group's reputation, credibility, and character. Like negative campaigning, most often smear campaigns target government officials, politicians, political candidates, and other public figures. So this actually, a smear campaign is done, by people that could be in, positions of power and authority. But you have some narcissists that will begin to do a smear campaign against their victims. Now, I myself, my aunt that I lived with for 5 years, she definitely did do a smear campaign on me. And then also the individual that I work with did do a smear campaign against me as well. This individual, like I said, I don't know this person, but I know that they initially started like gang stalking me and harassing me and stuff like that. Initially, the person did it by herself. She started in February of this year. And then I guess she thought of a plan and then got other people involved. And, the whole gang stalking, the bullying and harassment started in April. And then, like I said, it stopped in I think it was like July or August, the person that she had do it, because she was doing it too, but she had to get help from somebody else. So the person that she got, that individual left between July and August, and then she still kept doing it. And then just recently she got another person involved, and they have been doing that since November. So that's just something to keep in mind. But anyways, going back to the smear campaign, more on it. Okay, yeah. So a smear campaign is often referred as a smear tactic, or simply a smear is an effort to damage or call into question someone's reputation by profounding negative propaganda. It makes use of discrediting tactics and can be applied to individual groups. Now, my aunt, that because I was not around my aunt, like, the smear campaign was like, whatever, who cares? But the thing with a narcissist, though, is that, they'll do this because a lot of times they don't get their way. A lot of times, they're trying to get something, like I said, whether it's fame, fortune, or they're trying to get clout, or who knows, or they're trying to get money, or they're trying to steal something, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, this individual at work, like I said, I don't know that person. I guess, because they feel like they watch my YouTube, they feel like they know me. And like I said, I don't know this person. They don't know me. So whatever it is that they have said about me has been nothing but lies. So, I really don't care. But, it's just really an unfair situation, because I never done anything to this person, and for them to have all this hate towards me is definitely unjustifiable, and it should not be tolerated. You know what I mean? So, but yes, the narcissist will try to ruin your reputation through a smear campaign. But yeah, so it says, how do you respond to a smear campaign? It says, if you are a target of a narcissist smear campaign, try to keep in mind that it's not about you, but at least about the narcissist's self-image and the need for control. Tips, it says, such as limiting communication, documenting all interactions, and building a support network can help protect you and your reputation. All right. So yeah, another word for smear campaign is, so a narcissist, they'll slander you, they'll abuse you, they'll try to backstab you, backbiting, and for some, they're so wicked and so evil, they may try to pretend to be your friend, especially the female narcissists. Like if they see you as a threat, or they see you as a target, or they're jealous of you or whatever, they'll have different ways of trying to like betray you or backstab you. So for one, they may try to be your friend or whatever, or they may try to get information out of you, or they may, if they know somebody that they may try to use that person to get information out of you so they can take that and run with it, So that's something to keep in mind. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, and then so this is interesting. What's the difference between slander and smear? Because they are kind of different but similar at the same time. So, and the narcissist can do this to you, by the way. So a slander, you guys can go to authorities.com. It says slander is spoken or criminal action damaging to an individual's reputation and is actionable under law. Liable is a written or published statement that is damaging to an individual's reputation. And also, yeah, I read that. Yeah. So a slander, so a narcissist can slander you. They can actually get in trouble by the law. Like they can actually go to jail for that. They can get locked up for that. So, and I know that the person that was doing all this to me, they are actually liable to go to jail. So, that's on them. But because they did all that to me, it's just like, that's, it is what it is. That's whatever. But yeah, so actually that's illegal for them to slander somebody like that. And they don't even know that person, and they never have a conversation with that individual. And then they do all this stuff towards them, then they can actually get in trouble by the law by that. Or they can get sued. They can go to court for that. So yeah. Smearing may be understood to be either slanderous or libacious. So yeah. Excuse me, you guys. Yeah, it says, what does it mean when you smear someone? It says to publicly accuse someone of something unpleasant, unreasonable, or unlikely to be true in order to harm their reputation. So, yeah, a narcissist will do that to you, like I said. And sometimes, the whole point, like I said, when they're smearing you, even though they say it's not personal, it could feel personal, but you have to remember that, like I said, the narcissist usually will do this, like I said, if they feel like they lost, or they feel like they lost control over a situation, or they felt like they didn't get their way, or they feel like they didn't get any money out of somebody, or they felt like they couldn't get a relationship to try to trick somebody and stuff like that. Then that's what they'll do, and they don't care. Yeah, and it's funny that I said sue. It says, can you sue someone for smear campaign? It says civil suits arising from smear campaigns can take variation forms. It says if false statements made during the campaign interfere with the party's business relationships and a result in loss of business, it says this can be a basis for a civil suit apart from defamation. Yeah, so you can actually sue a narcissist if they're smearing you or they're slandering your name. So this individual at work, that they can definitely be sued, and that can be grounds for them to be judged by the court of law. So if anybody is watching, if you had a narcissist do that to you, then they can get sued. They can get sued and be judged. So just be careful, like what you do. You think it's all fun and games in the beginning, but then when it comes back to you, then you're hiding out, so just be careful on that, right? So yeah, so let's see. And I think, isn't that what Cardi B did? That somebody was like slandering her and making all this false accusations, and I think Cardi B, she ended up winning a lawsuit because somebody was smearing her name and making all these false accusations. So yeah, you got to be careful. People don't think about the consequences of their actions. So it's not cool at all to do that type of stuff to people, especially people you don't know. You should leave people alone. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, it says you can sue for defamation. Yep, it says, is it worth suing for defamation? It says, in other words, if you suffer financial and social harm because someone is spreading lies about it, it might be worth filing a defamation lawsuit, even if you don't end up winning a big money judgment at the end of the case. Yeah, so you can actually sue a narcissist, especially if they try to defame you, or they try to smear your name, make up false lies, or they try to do fraud, like put your name and like trying to get car quotes or insurance quotes or doctor quotes. You can sue this individual. So keep in mind. And actually, in fact, the person that I work with, I think she's doing that now. I guess because I don't know what is going on. I don't, like I said, I don't know that person. I don't talk to that individual at all, like at all. And so, like I said, I don't even know where all this hate is coming from. But I guess this person is so mad and so angry, maybe that somebody doesn't want to be with them, somebody doesn't want to talk to them anymore, or that person got rejected, or whatever the case is, even though that person, I'm pretty sure, is probably in another relationship. But the thing is that the narcissist still wants power and control and try to manipulate or try to get money out of somebody or whatever. It's just like, go do something else. It's not that serious. But with a narcissist, they don't care, right? But what I think is, not only did that person do all that to me at work, but now I think this individual put information in my name. I guess she has my number or whatever, and she put quotes for insurance and for what my using my number. Um, she put my phone number in like a quote for medical information or medical records, and then also something about a car or whatever. And it's just like, no, like I already know it's you doing this. So it's just like, what, it's not, you just need to stop, right? So, and that can you can sue for that. That's fraud. And like I said, you can go to jail for that. So, people need to really think about, like, I mean, but like I said, when it comes to dealing with a narcissist, they don't care about their life. Like I said, they don't care about themselves. They don't care about other people. They don't care about their family. They're just all about power, control, and competition. It's just like, dude, like, that stuff is just not worth it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, leave people alone, let stuff go, and move on with your life. It's just like, just stop. Like, so, but they'll be that desperate. And I also think too, that individual, I'm they made fake accounts. They make fake Instagram accounts, fake Facebook accounts, and stuff like that. And said all these evil comments or whatever under my social media or whatever. Like, I already know who it is that's doing it. And it's just like, just let it go, bro. Like, just stop. Like, just move on with your life. It's not that difficult. Like, you know how to stop doing stuff. Like, nobody is that, like, mentally deranged. It's like, people know what's right and what's wrong. And the sad part is that individual know what they're doing is wrong, but it's just like, they're so evil, so possessed. It's just like, you need to let it go. Like, for real. Like, seriously, let it go. It's not worth it at that point. My bad. That was my water that fell. I guess that's confirmation. You know what I'm saying? Like, just move on. Like, being desperate is not cute. Being desperate is not attractive. It's just like, yeah, it's not. So, but yeah, and then also, but yeah, no, that, and then they do that because it's sad. It's pathetic. It's very, very pathetic. So, and by the way, if you want to know, if you are in the work environment that I'm at, just be careful. So the individual that has done this to me, I guess the person that started the plan against me. So this person is a Black girl. So it's a Black girl. She's on a darker side. She's on the heavier set side. She wears glasses and she has like long wavy hair. So if you see this person, if you know me and you're at the work environment that I'm at, be careful. Be on the lookout for a dark-skinned girl that has glasses and that has long wavy hair and sits towards the back of the call center where I work at. So just be careful. And the person that, I guess in the beginning, when she started the whole smear campaign to try to ruin my reputation, hold on. Yeah. So when this person started the whole smear campaign, the person that she got to do this individual was kind of like a brown skin tone and had dreads and had glasses too. So, but that person left. And then she started it back up in November. And I guess the person that she got to do it now, she is a little bit more on the heavier side too. She's dark skinned and she has a shortcut. So those were the ones that was gang stalking me, following me around at work, harassing me and stuff like that. And like I said, I told the people at the job, they said that they was going to do an investigation, but nothing ever came up. Nothing ever came about it. So, like I said, I just put it in God's hands, but just be aware of that person. But the person that started it all, the person that tried to launch the whole smear campaign against me, that was like the whole mastermind behind it. Like I said, she's dark skinned, she wears glasses, and she has the long wavy hair and sits towards the back of the call center as to where I work at, right? All like on the end, like when you first walk in, and maybe like in the first or the second row, that's where the person is at, So just be careful of that individual. You want to stay far away from them because they're definitely not to be trusted and dangerous. So, just be mindful. But also there was another person too. This person is no longer working there either, but this person too was on the heavier set side too. And she had like big, like she had an afro. She was like brown and she had like she had like long hair, but it was a little bit more thicker. And what she would do, I knew that she was an enemy too, because at first, when she tried to do, I like I said, I don't know what transpired all of this, but I guess she found out that something happened, whatever, and she started watching me at work too. And this individual, when she used to work there, we sat in the same row actually. And I actually sat right next to her. And I never really talked to her because I always felt that something was weird about her too. It's like, I don't know, I just have a gut feeling knowing that I can like kind of see through people and read people a lot. And sometimes it's off, but a lot of times it's on, right? It's usually on point. And so something told me not to trust this person. And so anyway, and I guess this person tried to get information out of me. I think this individual could have been working with the individual at my job too. I think they had a little affiliation or whatever. I think they were all in the same friend group. But anyways, this girl, I guess she was friends with the person that I was friends with or whatever. And then try, I guess, this little scheme where she was going to try to get information out of me and try to use that against me to try to like trigger me or make me look crazy or try to ruin my reputation too, or whatever the case is. Just be careful. But yeah, I kind of played along with it. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm gonna just like go along with whatever she's doing just to see, right? And then lo and behold, I knew. And I remember I watched this video on YouTube and they told me that like people that watch you at work, you want to be careful of them because a lot of times they're either planning, they're scheming, or they don't like you, or they're an enemy. And then I tried it one time at work. I was like, because I noticed that she was watching me and I never really paid attention to it. And then when I was just like, let me just see. And then I started watching her, and then I noticed that she stopped watching me, right? And then I was like, oh, okay. I already had a feeling that she was an enemy of mine. I already knew. I was like, I already know. And then, but what she would do too, though, she would follow me around at work as well. She would follow me around, and she tried to pretend like she wanted to be friends. Like I remember one time, she had came in the break room and she was like, oh Joy, I like your hair, blah 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 blah, like your outfit or whatever. And she was like, I really want to hang out, like I want to get a big group of friends and just get a van, and I just want us to all hang out and stuff like that. And I'm thinking like, yeah. But I already knew like something was off, right? And so but long story short, I mean, like I said, I don't know that person either. That person does not know me. But I don't trust that person. So, but like I said, this individual tried to like walk past me every day and give me like stare at me at work and then look away. It's just like, bro, I already know what you up to. Like, I'm not dumb, right? So, that was all a part of, the whole gang stalking, gang bullying or whatever like that. I don't know. Like, I guess these people, they've done this. I don't know if they think that they're still in high school. I'm not sure. I really don't care. But, that's just something to keep in mind on how a narcissist, but I don't think that person, the individual that was actually in my same row, because I ended up switching different seats and stuff like that. I don't think that person was a narcissist. I think the person that started this whole smear campaign, I know that person for sure is a narc. But this other individual, I think this person was just jealous, just a envious person that, I don't know, was just being selfish. And that person had was in a relationship too, and I think was trying to control something or whatever, as well as it's like, no, like just like mind your own business, like focus on your own life. Like you don't have to be in everybody's business. And then what's crazy is, like I said, this person that was in my same row, I guess she felt like she knew me, or like, I guess if she watched me enough, she can get to know me. It's like, no, you do not know me. Like I remember one time, and this is a thing, like at the work environment where I'm at, it's like I'm minding my own business. I'm taking my calls, doing what I'm supposed to do, right? And this individual just mentions me, just comes out of nowhere and says, oh, Joy this, Joy that. And then I get off the call and I'm like, you don't know me. Like, stop paying attention to me and leave me alone, and take your calls and stop focusing on me. You get me? It's just like people should really like know that just because you watch people online, or you may see them, you don't know them. Like you haven't hung out with them. You don't know what they're all about. So don't be quick to judge. So yeah, but that person I think ended up getting let go of, and for certain reasons. But anyways, you got to be careful. But that individual did that for a while. She had been watching me for a while, and what's crazy is that um I guess she was trying to like stop me and an individual from being friends or whatever. I guess she had told that person some lies about me and made up some false narratives as well. So, I'm just like, whatever, some people just don't have enough to do. Like some people are just bored and they got too much time on their hands. So just make sure that, if you are an adult, you're in this world, keep yourself busy, don't be one of those people where you're so miserable, you're so bored that you go around and you like stalk people, you harass people, and you're dependent on people for your livelihood to the point where you have to try to go out of your way and take something from somebody or steal something that somebody else has, or try to stare at somebody at work all day and just do little like stupid high school stuff. It's like, bro, like grow up and like go get a hobby. Like you can, like that's why we have this life. It's like life is a gift. Like you shouldn't be wasting your life like doing little petty stuff like that. That's just like, that's a waste of time. Like, you get what I'm saying? It doesn't get you anything but bad karma. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why do that? But what I learned is that sometimes we're all here to learn. So maybe God is just like, okay, well, life is a school. Some people don't know certain stuff. So I guess that's why they have to do these things, so that way they can learn these lessons. And, a lot of times too, though, the narcissist and maybe the narcissist minions or people that the narcissist gets to do these things against you, they don't know what they know, so sometimes they have to do these things in order for them to learn these lessons, or to learn to take accountability, and to learn to leave people alone that's not bothering them, and leave people alone that are innocent and that has nothing to do with any drama or any negativity that is going on. You get me? So yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, I had to deal with that for a long time. And it happens. Honestly, me, what I took away from this whole situation, I've learned that sometimes, even though you may try to love people, or you try to do good, and you try to do the right thing, people are still going to be toxic towards you. People are still going to be negative. But the beautiful thing, that what I took away from this, is that God never left. God never forsake me. God was there with me the whole time. Even though no one wanted to help me, nobody wanted to listen to me or hear me out. And people probably looked at me like I was the crazy one, that I was making it up, that I was bothering the narcissist and all this stuff, when the narcissist was doing all this stuff behind the scenes, right? And when the other girl that was in the row, that sat in the same row as me, she was bothering me every day. I never even looked her way. I never looked her way. I never wanted to really say anything to her, but she went out of her way to get in front of my face. And also too, with the girl at work, the one that was a narcissist, you know what she would do every day? Because I sat in one row and she sat on the other end of me. So whenever I would be taking my calls, like she'll get really loud, like when I would like be in my call. So she was trying to distract me and sabotage me. And then when I would get towards the end of my calls, she would get up and she would walk, like she would walk away, like I guess on our break or whatever, as a way to like try to distract me or whatever, like, and it's just like, dude, that's just so high school. Like, why do all that? I mean, it's very unnecessary, and it's so petty. It's just like nobody's on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And but she did that every day. Every day she tried to sabotage me every day. She tried to set me up every day. She had all this hate for me, and I never even knew her. And I still don't know her to this day. I don't know anything about this person, but I guess she watches me, and I guess she feels like she knows me. She doesn't know anything about me. And only reason why I know stuff about her is because I know how a narcissist is. I've been around them for years. And so I've learned their tactics. I know how they are. I know how they operate. I know how they think. And that's the only way. But other than that, I don't know that person. I never had a conversation. And also what this individual did too, though, was one time I was talking with a friend in the break room, and out of nowhere, this person, she comes up and like scares my friend, and he was like, oh, like you scared the crap out of me. It's like they'll do stuff like that. And it's just like, that shows you right there that she's a stalker. Like she is like crazy, And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And all this is on camera. All this is on camera, you know. And I'm pretty sure she's watching this video now. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. It's really sad, you know. And these type of people need help. These people need help at the end of the day. And it's just like nobody wants to diagnose these people, you know. And they're out here in the public, and they're not normal. They're not normal individuals, you know. And so it's sad. It's truly sad. But at the end of the day, it's just like, it's not an excuse to mistreat anybody. It's not an excuse to harass and bully an innocent person. You know, it's not cool to do. You know, if you want to like do that, why don't you do that to somebody that is actually done something to you? Because I know most of the time when a narcissist does stuff to you, it's not even because you've done anything to them. They probably had something that happened to them, but they feel like they want to scapegoat you. They want to take their abuse out on somebody innocent, which is a cowardly act to do anyway. So it's like, why don't you abuse whoever abused you? Why don't you do all that to them? You get what I'm saying? And so, but they just won't do that because they're so cowardly, right? So, yeah. So I hope that made sense. What else, you guys? Let me take a look here. Let me see. But yeah, so just keep in mind that the narcissists, they will ruin your reputation for their own personal gain. So just be aware of that. But no, like I said, my takeaway, which is sometimes things happen, even though you do good and you do good deeds, it doesn't stop things from happening to you. But like I said, excuse me, there was a video that I watched, and you know, it kind of made sense. I was just like, okay, I get it, you know. But just because you are a good person, things would happen. Just like, think about it with Jesus. Jesus never bothered anybody, but what did they do to Jesus? They crucified him, right? They nailed him to the cross. They did all this stuff. And Jesus, the only thing he wanted to do was to help people. He wanted to heal people. He loves people. He was perfect. Like, he didn't do any harm to anybody. But look at all that hate that he got. Look at all of the bullying, the stalking, and the harassing that people did to Jesus, right? And I don't know, sometimes I feel like I have this cross. I was watching this guy on YouTube, and he was like, sometimes when you're on the path, like when you follow God and stuff like that, he said people will crucify you for no reason. And that's how I felt like at the work environment that I was at. I just felt like people hated me for no reason. Like, people did not know me. People never really got like talked to me or anything like that, but they just, all this hate came at me. And, you know, unfortunately, I had been used to it. You know, like I said, I had, so there was a guy that would get sessions from me, and he had been getting sessions from me for years. Actually, he reached out to me back in 2000 and, what was it, 2021? Up until 2022, he had been getting support sessions from me. And he was talking about how he was dealing with a breakup. I guess the person that he liked didn't like him back. And then he ended up started talking to somebody else. And then he talked to someone else. And he was getting support from me on like how to like help him cope. And I thought, like, I'm like, okay, cool, everything is good. But I guess he started liking me. And then, but at the time I was with someone, I was like, you know, in a relationship back in, that was like 2021 up until like 2000. Well, I was talking to an individual in 2020 up until 2021. And then, you know, we went our separate ways. But during that time, the individual that was getting sessions, you know, he got a little like stalkerish, right? He got obsessed. And, you know, I would ask people, because I care about, like, you know, as far as like what you guys want to learn about, like topics. That's why I do this channel. It's because it's to help victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse, right? So I'm like, hey, you know, share with me like some of the topics that you want to learn about, like, you know. And is to the point where he was like, okay, do this topic, do that topic. And then it just got crazy, like, you know. And so, you know, he got obsessive and things like that. And he turned, when I basically said I wasn't interested in him, he turned crazy, right? And so, but he started to do the similar things to what the person at work was doing. So he tried to log into my accounts, like my email accounts, and, try to make up false accusations towards me, and he made fake accounts, and he, just randomly tried to excuse me, he would try to like find out what I was doing and who I was with, and he turned obsessive, right? And it's just like, bro, like, take it easy. Like, for one, I'm not interested, and two, like, move on with your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so some people can't take rejection. So that's why I say it's very important that you want to make sure that you're doing your inner work and your inner healing, because you don't want to be like that. You don't want to be a type of person where you get obsessed and you stalk people and you harass people because you can't take rejection, or because somebody told you no, or because a relationship is over. Like, you're supposed to be able to take that and move on with your life. You're not supposed to be holding on to people and doing smear campaigns and trying to make put people's phone numbers and try to get insurance quotes and get medical documents and stuff like that, and get car quotes. No, you're not supposed to be doing that. That's actually illegal, and it can get you thrown in jail. So, and trying to defame somebody and smear somebody and stuff like that, that can, you can get sued for that. So, that's something to be careful. You got to be mindful of like what you do. But like I said, the narcissist doesn't like to take accountability for their actions. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something to be careful about. But yeah, so, but no, that person, and then when I had like wrote a book and stuff, he went crazier. Like, he wrote me a long email and was like, oh, this video you did, blah, blah, blah. Like, and he felt that I was talking about him. And it's just like, bro, this is to help a community. This is not about you, bro. Like, and excuse me, even though he had been doing some toxic stuff, he knew like what he was doing, so that's the guilty conscience coming in. But a lot of times though, people don't want to see you do good. That's another reason why they try to ruin your reputation, is because they want to see you fail, right? They want to bring you down, or they want to stop you, right? Like, the person at work was trying to sabotage me. Like, when I would take calls, this person would get up every single time when I'm about to finish the call. Or also what this person had did too, and the people that was in the higher positions, they knew that this person was doing this, but I guess they didn't take it serious, because I guess they don't know that this person was a narc. But this individual actually got up from her seat and walked around and, was standing close to me. And it's just like, why? Like, we're not friends. We don't talk. Like, why are you coming over and standing next to me? Like, when I asked you not to, like, you know what I'm saying? So this person did this multiple times, and, so it's crazy. It's really, really crazy, and, I guess she was just trying to distract me. And it's just like, it's cool. Like, like I said, if you don't know somebody, it's just like, but I think that individual that I work with, I guess she, like I said, I know she has done that to other people before. That's why she felt so comfortable with doing that. So that's what I figure, is like, I'm pretty sure she had practice. And like I said, I know that she did magic on me, and probably is still doing it. I know she was doing it every day. I know she was doing magic on me. And I guess also the note that, because she was sending like little hate. She made like a hate page or whatever, and like had these little messages, and I blocked it. But I know that was her, and she was saying all this stuff. And it's just like, bro, like, just let stuff go. It's never that serious to like do that, So it's really sad, the depth that, the hate that the narcissists have. And that's not even me. It's like, she hates herself, obviously, because I don't know that person at all. Like, at all. Like, period. Like, it's just the truth, So people don't like to hear the truth. And let's be honest, I don't like to talk about stuff like this, you guys. You think I like coming on here and talking about this? Think about it. Let's be honest. Think about it. And I want to know what you guys think. Share with me, let me know how you guys feel, because who likes to come on here and talk about stuff like this? Let's be honest. Nobody, right? But if I don't, then who is? And that's why I said, the person at work, you gotta look out for that individual, because that person can go off and do that to somebody else, So, you gotta be careful. You gotta be mindful of these individuals that are out there, pretending to be normal, and they're not normal at all. It's really something wrong with them, and they really need to get help, But that's not our fault. That's not our fault because, an individual like me, I've been through a lot. Like this person at work and all these individuals that I've dealt with in my life, I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. Some things that's worse, you guys. Like you would not even imagine that the things that I've been through. Thank God, like God doesn't allow you to see it, like, like the things. If I were to tell you some of the things I've been through, you were like, oh my God, you really been through this? Like, yes, yes, trust me. So, it's crazy. It's really crazy how people can be when it comes to, trying to ruin your reputation and stuff like that. But and sabotage you, right? Just because you are doing good or you want to, help other people, and stuff like that. And then, like I said, not only did I have that guy do that to me, he would harass me and stuff like that. And he also made false accusations towards me. But I had two other people. This was back in 2000 and from 2021 to 2022. It was a guy, but he was kind of like a trans. And then there was another girl that I thought was a friend. And I'm like, something was off too. And she would message me every day and she would try to discourage me and say, oh, I don't think you should do that. And all this and this and that. It's like, nah, why would I listen to you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you reaching out to me like all of a sudden and trying to like distract me and stuff like that? It's like, nah. And I had to block her too. I had to block her. And then I ended up blocking this other guy. He was a trans though. So, but yeah, it's just, I guess that comes with the territory, unfortunately. But, like to me, honestly, like my takeaway, especially when it comes to your reputation, is just like people will know the real from the fake. Like people are not dumb. People can see who is good and who is like toxic, right? So just make sure you're on the good side. Like you don't ever want to be doing stuff to harm anybody or hurt anybody. There's already enough stuff going on out there in the world. And I guess the heartbreaking part about all of this is that the people that have done this stuff to me have been people in my own community. And that's a very unfortunate part because, especially like the Black community, we have it the worst. Like we have so much stuff coming at us. And then when you have people that's in your own community attacking you and people in your own community that are gang stalking you and harassing you, that doesn't make it any better. You know what I'm saying? It's like you would expect that from other people, like other cultures, but it's like when it's within your own community, that's what makes it the most saddest. And unfortunately, that I guess that's expected too. You're gonna get hate from anybody and everybody, but it's sad if you are a community that a lot of people are seeing you guys as an underdog and people are viewing you in a certain way and you have it from within your own, and that's just makes it even worse. So there's a lot of healing that needs to happen, that needs to take place. You get what I'm saying? And it's just, it is what it is, right? So, but anyway, I hope that this video was helpful. What else did I want to talk about, you guys? Holiday hoovers. You guys know what the holidays coming up. The narcissist is probably going to be hoovering you, right? For Thanksgiving, for Christmas. So be on the lookout for that. Luckily, I have not gotten any hoovers from any of the narcissists in my life. The male narc and my aunt. So that's great. I know that there probably still could be watching, especially the male narc. I know that he did reach out. I saw that he looked on my LinkedIn page back in 2021. I haven't heard from him in years, and I'm so glad. But I'm pretty sure I know he's probably watching. Narcissists are always lurking somewhere, right? They're always lurking. So, that's just something to be mindful of. But yes, just if you do get a hoover, just understand what it is. And, it is not like what you're thinking. It's not because they changed. It's not because they love you. It's not because they realize what they've done and they want to do better. It's not that. It's all about power, control, and competition. That's it. And abuse. Nothing more, nothing less. And this can be from your own parent. Another thing too, though, be mindful of narcissistic parents and how they will use your empathy and your love for them against you. They may try to use your sympathy against you. The female narc will do this as well, but the parents, your older parents, because as you guys know, as a narcissist get older, they get worse. And so as they get older, they get more lonelier because of how they treat people. Nobody wants to be around them, right? Especially during the holiday time, the narcissist can use this against you and be like, oh, I'm by myself. I need you. We used to spend the holiday time together with all the kids and everything and family and da 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 da. They'll try to use that to get back in. So just be careful. And I also have heard how the narcissist likes to use, like, their medical conditions, as they get older. Because, like as our parents get older, they're going to need the support of the children. But just be careful if if you want to go around your parents as they get older, that's fine. Some people are like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with my parents. And that's how it is for a lot of folks. Like, I know one person that she wrote a book about her mother that was a narc, and she basically said in the book like how she doesn't want to have anything to do with her mom that's a narc. And I get it. Like, that's how bad they mistreat their children, and that's how bad they ruin their own reputation. Just like, the person at work tried to ruin my reputation, they end up ruining their own reputation. It's like whatever you do, it comes back to you tenfold. That's why it's best to leave people alone that are not bothering you. But the same way, when it comes to, narcissistic parents, whether it's the mother or the father, they ruin their own reputation based off of the dirty deeds that they do, based off of their behavior, and based off of their actions that they do, and because God's watching. Like, God saw everything. If you're dealing with a narcissist, don't think that they got away with anything at all, period. Like, they have not. God saw everything, and God had a list. God's like, oh, okay, that person did that. All right, cool. That person said that. All right, bet. That person did this. Oh, okay, got you. Oh, they did that and lied on you and smeared you and tried to do an insurance quote in your name. Oh, okay, I got you. God sees all. He sees everything. He's omnipresent. Even now, he's watching that narc at work. He's watching what that person is doing right now. My aunt, that's a narc. He's watching her, the male narc, watching anybody. If you're watching this video, if somebody did you wrong, then God sees it. God saw it. So there's nothing for you to do. Maybe for some, you may have to speak up about it, and like in my case, I had to. It's just like, you're not going to be doing that to me and think that you're going to get away with it. That's not cool. So, but like I said, it is what it is. You should learn to leave people alone and move on with your life. It's just that simple. It's not hard to do. Everybody does it, and you're no exception. So, yeah. Let's see here. Okay. So let's see here. And like I said, feel free to chime in, you guys. Let me know, how do you guys feel about what I'm talking about? Has this ever happened to you, whether it's a work environment or your parents doing this to you, or whether it's like fake friends, fake associates, people that are in positions of power and authority. You know what I mean? All right, so let's take a look here. Let's see. But yeah, be mindful of the holiday hoovers, and then Christmas too, And like I said, a lot of times the narcissist likes to use this time to get back. Yeah, I mean, the narcissists, they do what they do. They do what they do. And like I said, to the point where they don't care. You don't care. And it's all about what they can get. They'll do anything for money. They'll do anything for money. They'll do anything for fame, status, fortune. A lot of times, especially the females, I guess maybe they had a narc parent that programmed them and say, oh, excuse me, that you got to use somebody for money, or you got to get a guy or a girl, whoever, but mainly the female. It comes from the mother will try to program that daughter and get her, to act a certain way. And whether they're using magic or they're doing spells or whatever, they'll do that. They'll do the spells. Like I said, they'll do smear campaigns to try to ruin your reputation. in order to get a certain outcome, and so that is just, it's not how life works. It's not how life works. You have to do the hard work. Everybody else has done it, and nobody else is an exception. So, but yeah. So I hope that made sense. Let's take a look here. But I think that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any topics that you want to learn from me, please make sure that you do leave it below in the comment box, and I will definitely make a video for you all. Any takeaways? I would love to know, what was you guys' biggest takeaway? Anything that was helpful and insightful? If you guys felt that this was valuable, if you gain any wisdom or any knowledge or anything that you can use in your life, please don't hesitate to leave a donation. Whatever you do give, it definitely does come back to you tenfold. And if you would like to, you can do so at my Cashapp, which is Coach Joy 510. So you can leave me a donation if you like, or if you like to donate to me via PayPal, you can also do that as well. And that is greatly appreciated, because whatever you guys do give, it definitely does come back to you tenfold. And if you have supported my channel in any way, I truly, truly do appreciate you. Don't forget, you guys, with the holidays coming up, Black Friday, I'm actually doing a holiday package deal where it's a self-care holiday package deal where you can get all 3 of my books, my 3 self-study books, my sugar scrub, and my Live Narc Free t-shirt for $99.97. That's a special limited time deal that I am doing. Or if you guys want to book a support session from me, you're more than welcome, especially if you've dealt with any of this kind of stuff before. If you need some guidance, any help, I would love to be able to support you in any way that I can. Also, I do have a free Facebook support group called the Healing in the Recovery Room. So you guys can feel free to join. I would love to have you. But yes, you guys, that's been the video. Please feel free to share it with your family and friends if you're dealing with these type of individuals. Like I said, these individuals aren't going anywhere. They're gonna be here in the world, and you're not going anywhere either, right? You're gonna have to learn how to deal with these individuals, right? Whether if it's at a job, if it's at a home, or a certain environment, like they're here, So you have to be able to learn how to move, how to navigate, and how to move past it, because the narcissist doesn't learn these type of skills. That's why they have to be a narcissist. But you have you're different, right? So you have the capability of being able to learn these type of skills that's needed to help you to overcome these type of situations and these environments. So that makes you very unique, right? So anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure that you do give this video a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Love you guys. Bye.